The year is 1889, and it is June the 14th, a Friday. It is about 4:30 in the afternoon, and we are in an occult bookshop in London. And there are currently 4 people inside the shop. There is, well, you can introduce yourself and your characters. So who is the owner of the shop?
That would be myself, James McBrown, former soldier. I used, rather than just drinking and going around the world, I decided to try and do something sensible, like start up a shop with my pension. And so far seems to be going rather well. There's people turn up, and sometimes folks might actually buy a book, which is nice. But generally it's just a hangout joint for layabouts and riffraff who have nowhere else to go. They use the comfortable chairs. I think that was a mistake I made.
And speaking of riffraff, we've got the other 3 characters. So they are customers, but they are just waiting for you to close up shop because you're due to go out, have a night out on the town, have maybe you meet every Friday, go out for something to eat, socialize. So they're just waiting around for you to close up shop. So who wants to introduce their character next?
Go on then. I will. So I am Dr. Christian Gould. I'm 41, but quite youthful looking. Maybe probably look only about early 30s. Immaculately styled and cut dark brown hair and beard. Pressed suit that perhaps smells a bit too much of starch. Got dark brown eyes, almost black, that show little signs of kind of emotionless eyes. Okay, something I've been a doctor. It's something I've learnt to hide my emotions, because at least I believe it's beneficial for the patients if I come across them cold and clinical. But yeah, and I hang out in this bookshop a lot. It's one of my most favourite places in the world that I come to relax and ignore the world in general.
You were criticising my AI art, weren't you? Because it's way too young for the 41-year-old.
Yeah, this is a problem.
I did realise that afterwards. Yeah,
it doesn't seem to know a middle ground, does it? It's either does one extreme or the other.
He's had a good life.
But yeah, it's all the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, he's a druggie. So who's next? Oh, you're breaking up.
Great offence in, I find great offence in being called riffraff. I'm Henry Eggleton, a professor of archaeology. Probably which London University is around now? The University.
The University of London.
A professor at a university.
One of the big ones.
Yes. I'm one of the big ones, the important ones. I'm very important. I'm very excited by the new strides being made in I am very excited by the new strides being made in the grid method, and it's a fine time for archaeology and the opening of the empire and finding new things. It's great. And to be fair, as long as we don't have to do any running, fighting, talking our way out of anything, or anything of that nature, as long as it's all just studious and looking at books, which I really like, we'll be fine.
Oh, you shit out.
I'm 58. Yeah, I'm also 58, and I have had better days. Let's just say that. I'm past my prime, and I'm looking forward to a nice, relaxing read and passing on my knowledge to my students, and adding around the world.
Passing on.
That's what I was just going to say. Stop interrupting.
Sorry.
Definitely no hiding either. None of that vigorous or exciting stuff.
And then, last but not least,
You've saved the best till last. It's me. My name is Anthony Harris. No matter what my character sheet says, it's Anthony with a H. And I am an entertainer. I am a master of the art, shall we say. And I love this bookshop. I'd come to read poetry. I come to read plays and all the rest of it. And yes, I'm bloody good at my job.
Hey.
What did you say?
so
Oh,
Not
I
yet.
thought someone said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's not interpretive dance, is it?
It's anything you want it to be.
Andy, we love you.
Come back, Andy. All is forgiven.
Oh, dear. Right, so we shall begin. So you are ready to, you're looking forward to your evening out. There's probably not been a customer in for a good half hour, so your friends are basically left to their own devices, wrecking your books, looking at your books, not paying for anything, so it probably annoys you a little bit. So maybe you're even thinking of just closing up shop early. But as this is passing through your head, you are startled as you have a customer or two customers enter your shop.
Yeah. Does it smell like they have money on them? They're actually going to pay for something? Ooh.
They actually look quite well off.
They're the worst. It's a toss of the worst. They never pay for anything.
Upper middle class. So
Get the Hoover out.
So the lady comes in first, and she's fairly attractive, probably late 20s, early 30s. She looks doesn't look very happy, and then following her in is this guy here, and he's carrying two large, like, travel cases. Kind of like not suitcases, but more like bags, and they must be really heavy. They're like weighing him down. And
I say to myself and think, oh, they're here to try and sell stuff. Fantastic.
So he hangs back, and she comes up to the counter, and she goes, "Good afternoon."
Good afternoon, madam, and welcome to my humble store. I forgot what name it was.
Humble Books.
Humble Books. Yeah, that's actually, yep.
Not Black Books.
Welcome to Humble Books. How may I be of service?
Hello. My name's Jane Pearson. I'm wondering if we could interest you in purchasing some books. I have some samples. It's actually a library that I'm wanting to sell. It belonged to my deceased father-in-law. It's an extensive library. There's maybe 1,000 books. A lot of them are occult, and me and my husband, this is George. He's stood there, and he looks to you like he's in a daze, like he's not really paying any attention to the conversation, and his eyes are under his eyes are really black, like he's not had any sleep in days. He's not really with it. You can tell just from looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
So she continues. Yeah, it's quite an extensive collection. We're looking for a quick sale because my father-in-law died about 6 months ago, so we're sorting the estate out and we're wanting to sell the property. So we're clearing the house out, and we just want a fast sale on these books. So if you think you can make us an offer, George, don't just stand there. Show the gentleman some of the books.
Certainly, I can have a look. I'm sure you can appreciate we're a humble establishment, large scale. Like, how many How many books are we talking about in this library?
Oh, well, over 1,000. You'd need to come out to the house and have a look at them. And then you say name your price, basically. We just want the sale. We just want a quick sale.
Okay. Sure, I can take, please. And I just a motion to the table, please. Those look heavy. Please set down. We can have a look.
So he steps forward and he plonks these two cases on the table. So what are the other three doing when this happens? Are you coming to look?
I'm coming to look. I'm peeking. I heard the words occult and I got piqued interest.
Can I offer these two if they're going to be staying a while? Our early finish is gone, but if they're going to be staying a while, that looks like a pot of tea.
That would
on
be
the sideboard there.
The lady. That would be most welcome, sir. Yes, a cup of tea would be. Yes, that would be lovely.
I shall
and one for George too, please.
I shall quietly observe them, and after watching them for a while, I want to, if possible, I would like to attempt a psychology roll on them to see if these people are genuine or if they're some kind of con artists or other kind of ne'er-do-wells.
So you're doing tea. You're doing tea there, Professor.
Yeah.
Anthony, are you stood behind them, watching them there?
Kind of looking over their shoulder and seeing.
You're opposite. I'm going to say, so both Dr. Gould and James McBrown, you can both roll spot hidden rolls first.
Oh, spot hidden. Let's see, what is my
Not
spot
obvious, but
not as my
can roll
spot
with
hidden.
advantage.
Oh, wow. How do we roll with advantage on here? Oh, bonus plus. Is it a bonus? Use the bonus thing.
Hold on. How do you turn off dice? I just. Oh God.
Oh yeah, advantage.
No,
there we
that's
go.
too many dice.
The cross top right hand corner to cancel them all.
All right.
Percentage dice is the bottom one. Fourth one down is a tens dice. So you just roll that separately to do your.
So that's
Hold
my
on, right?
percentage.
What have we got there? So that's.
So you'd roll.
That was a
Watch
0
me.
1.
You roll your percentage, and then if you want to do the advantage, just roll the tens dice, and that'll be a four.
That's a success of a 4.
I did. I rolled. I got 0-1, a critical success.
Oh, right. So,
Good.
right. So he places these two suitcases down on the table, and his eyes do not leave the case on the left-hand side. He is just looking at the case, and you roll a psychology, but because of that, this is for you, Doctor. But you can have advantage on the psychology because of the critical on the spotted.
Very good. Okay, here we go. Oh, is that another? That's a 7. An extreme success.
Don't use all the good dice rolls up here. Might need them for later.
He's not. He's definitely not acting normally. You can see there's something in that case that has either affected him or he wants it. There's something about that case. He cannot take his eyes or mind off it.
No,
And
it's
just looking at the state of him, he must have suffered some type of shock or something to the system. Like maybe that's why he's not sleeping. There's something really untoward with how he's acting.
So he seemed reluctant to part with it, or the opposite. Or can't
I'm not
really
sure.
tell that.
You can't really work that out.
Okay.
So these both of these books are on the table. So are we opening them up?
Yeah, I'll start.
George will just stand there. Mrs. Pearson will come over to Henry, who's preparing a lovely cup of tea. Are you getting up, Doctor? Are you allowing the good lady to sit down in your warm seat? You are.
Yes, I suppose. Yes, I suppose. Being a Victorian gentleman, I will give up my seat for the young lady. I shall motion towards a seat. And
I only
will
have
take a
5% in appraise. I'm not a very good bookshop owner.
they look wonderful. I'll give you £100 each.
Oh,
£1,000 a page. 'Cause they're-
everybody needs to roll the luck because luck's not on the character.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
So you'll-
how do I
it's
do
all-
that?
3d6 times by 5, and you'll need to write it down on I'll put it down on a scrap of
oops.
paper here.
Oh no, we're not.
So
oh
3d6
shit! I
and then
rolled too many.
times
Then.
by
Rolled too
5.
many. One,
Don't Phil,
two,
stop cheating.
3. I rolled 4 dice.
I rolled 9.
10. So that's 50. I think you can put the PDF's editable, isn't it?
I've just put a note on. So
Where the hell do I write mine?
Right. Okay.
Look, where is it?
could use your character.
Oh yeah, you can just click on the numbers and it'll put a circle around them.
What's your surname? Doctors, I can't remember.
My name is Mr. Gould, Dr. Gould, not Dr. Ghoul. It sounds some maybe it's a unfortunate nickname I've picked up sometimes. Some people, some of the students call me Dr. Ghoul.
Keep having this issue with caps lock. 50, was it? Yeah.
50, yeah.
Who's next? Somebody talk to me. McBrown.
55 for me.
Surname.
No,
Engleton.
Engleton.
That was an old
That's
character
55.
name of 50. Oh, look at all these look. Who's
terrible.
next?
Got 45.
Oh, wow.
How much?
45.
Oh my god. Well, it's only a one shot. And then
I thought 9 times 5 was pretty
McBrown.
good.
Now,
50. 50.
Oh, wow. These are terrible.
Oh, spend it well.
it was 3D
3d6, yeah?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3d6
Times
times
five.
5.
Times
Yeah.
5.
So there you look total.
No, in that case, 55 is entirely average.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it totally is. It'll be
Well,
fine.
slightly above average, but not. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
slightly
fighting
just
dog.
above
I
average.
thought luck was.
It used to be from
luck was
power.
like your power.
It used to be, yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of
Yeah.
separated it, haven't they?
Yeah. It used to be power, yeah.
I prefer the old. I prefer the old.
Is your
Really?
power? Is your power actually better than that? Is it?
Any particular reason, Dave?
Yeah, it's 70.
Yeah, mine's 65. to
No,
be fair,
Not at all.
No.
mine's 65.
So, books on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anthony, are you just loitering about? Or are you coming a bit closer?
I'm coming in. I'm gonna introduce myself.
So he's a bit nonplussed. The guy. He acknowledges you, but he's miserable, and his attention is fully on the case that's about to be opened.
Oh, so
I'm
yeah,
the only person bloody smiling in this whole place.
yes.
Yeah.
Only one
You're
happy
always
to be here.
happy. You're
Yeah.
happy. So,
The whole world smiles with you.
I just love the way that everyone just gathers in. Ooh, books.
books,
Well,
books.
mine was a cold.
I'm going to,
I heard a cold.
So,
I'm going to
yeah.
wander over and give him his cup of tea.
all right, we have a shot of brandy in it.
5
So,
sugars.
James,
Five sugars.
you're opening the satchel on the left to look at that one. Who wants to look at the other satchel?
Which one is it? Is the left one that he was concerned with, or the right one?
The left one is the one he was concerned.
Oh, I'm just gonna.
James has got that one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch that and keep an eye on this gentleman.
Anthony, are you up having a look at the books in the other case?
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you undo that, start packing it. So you can both roll appraise rolls to see if you see anything of any value.
What do I need to roll a percentage dice?
Yeah, it's appraise. Your appraise skill.
This will be funny.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
And he got
yeah,
5.
five.
That is the base chance.
So you're looking through it, and you see something that you know is worth quite a lot of money. It'll be an occult tome. You've probably heard of it. It's quite hard to get hold of, so you know that
Echo.
is a nice book for James to actually purchase at a cheap price. The others, some of them you've seen before, or you may have read them. There's some others that you've not heard of. But yeah, if the entire library is of this quality, James could make a bit of money from this, because the couple don't seem to be very don't seem to be in the know on occult books. They just want a quick sale. So James, did you roll your appraise?
Yeah, I may as well not have bothered.
What did you
James,
roll? 93.
Oh, wow.
93. That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm taking this. I'm taking the shutters in the shop are like falling off, and when you open the door, it's like
No,
stuck,
it's
and
perfect.
the shelves of
Perfect.
the bookcases are just like that.
So with that, was it 93? So with that 93, yeah, they're definitely booked. And
Were they made out of paper?
some of them sound familiar.
Papery things tied up with string.
They look like a lot of those things what you've got on the shelves. So yeah, they are probably books. So as you like looking through them, you
James, you
put
wanna
your
buy
hands
this?
on one that looks a lot older than all the others, and it's quite a tome, and it's the outer covering of it. It's like a strange light coloured leather. It's not something you've seen before. It's quite unusual. And then just like opening the book, you notice it's actually, just like looking through it, it's written. It looks like it's being written by maybe a dozen different people. It's like a group of folios that have all been put together in one collection, all written by different people, and then it's been bound in this leather cover.
What color is the ink?
It'll be like black. So you'll have to like sit down
I'm
and
not
read
going to
it.
read anything aloud.
You're not going to read anything aloud.
No, I'm not going to read anything aloud.
Well, why not? So
I don't know. Just getting a
it's-
sneaking suspicion.
it's very interesting. It's
You must not read from the book.
so, Dr. Gould, you're watching. Oh, hold on, put a bigger picture on because I'll forget the name. So, bigger picture of the man and woman. I always forget to do that. So, just off to the right hand side,
That's a fake moustache.
bigger picture.
Pull it off. Grab it, and just like,
Moustache is-
Oh, how dare you, sir? So, yes, Dr. Gould, you see George flinch as James picks that tome up and starts looking at it. And he's like, it looks like he's gonna be sick. His face goes like a pale color, nearly green. You think he's like gonna throw up, but then it kind of passes, and he's looking at that book.
are you well, sir? You seem a little peaky, a little off colour, sir. If you don't mind me saying, Mr. Pearson.
Oh,
I'll walk over and grab his wrist.
sorry, I'm not been feeling very well for a couple of days.
Maybe have a seat.
Oh, George, you are such a misery. I forgot to say, she speaks with an American accent.
Oh.
He's British. I can't wait to go back to America. We need to leave here as soon as possible. I hate London. So he puts a hand on the desk to steady himself, but he says he's okay, Dr. Gould.
Can I make a medicine roll to determine if he is ill or just it's just nerves or?
Would it be medicine? I think you've done like it'd be more like psychoanalysis, wouldn't it? You've done psychology. You know something's wrong.
Yeah, I just wondered if it was if it was if a medicine roll.
A medicine. If
it's a physical condition or a condition of the mind.
Well, yeah, you know what it is, but yeah, go on, roll.
I've lost my dice.
Remember, you've got your luck rolls too. So
what's my
as
medicine?
that's all happening, I would say
Medicine 75.
Henry, as you pass this cup of tea to George, you see this guy at the door,
Oh.
minus his name, which we didn't take off, you dick.
So I got a 51. I got a pass. It's a regular pass.
I mean, it could have flu, but you don't think it's flu. He's looking at that book. There's something about that book that unsettles him.
More a nervous
Makes him
disposition.
think- Yes, most definitely. But he's kind of making out he's just not feeling very well.
Henry, some of that brandy for Mr. Pearson.
Am I noticing that he's looking at this book?
Well, you're like engrossed in all these books, but yeah, you probably, I mean, look up. You're gonna probably want to ask him questions, aren't you? But
Yeah.
just
I'm gonna say, I take it you've read this one. Sir, you seem to be quite interested. Is this one you don't want to part with? And I go to hand it back to him.
Sir, we have no interest in books. We just want to sell them. We're far too busy. We're sorting out my father-in-law's estate.
And I'll.
George he kind of looks at you. He's about to say something, but she's just completely cut him off. And as that's happening, Henry, you see this massive fat guy stood at the door. He's freaking huge. It kind of nearly blocks out what little sun there is outside.
Lights go out.
And he's stood peering in at the glass, and as he does so, it looks like he's eating like a giant pastry, like a meat pie, and he's like staring in the shop, and he's just chowing down on this pie, and then he sees you looking at him, and he just looks at you.
Thinks he's coming in here with greasy hands. He's an orphan coming.
I'll open the door. And good afternoon, sir. We are open, but please, we do request no food in the shop.
He like looks at his pastry, and he goes, "Oh, it's not a problem, sir." And he pulls out a paper bag, what he must have bought it in, and he just puts it in the paper bag, and then he puts it down into his side pocket. Is like covered in pastry crumbs. He brushes them all off. Some of them come into the shop, and then he steps into the shop. So you step out of the way?
Just if you just want to, I'll step out the way. But I'll go. If you just want to wait there a second, sir, let me just get you a cloth to wipe your hands with.
So as he comes into the shop, George like turns round. You'll have like a bell on the shop anyway, but he on the shop door. So he turns round, and then he sees this guy, and he goes, "Oh God, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick." And he rushes outside.
Yeah, if they're sick in the shop, I'm shooting them.
So he comes into the shop, and he looks around at all the books and stuff, but then he looks at the two cases of books on the table. Definitely paying attention. You still have that book in your hand, so he looks at the book, what you've got in your hands, and then he saunters off and he just starts perusing some of your books. Can you do a medicine roll, James? Sorry, I forgot to do this. No, natural history, or what would it be? Shit, not natural history. Biology or medicine? Biology or medicine? You can spend luck.
Spend your luck. Spend it.
I've got a one.
I'll pass the book to somebody else who might have those skills.
Right, that's be funny. Did you say medicine or what was the other one?
Medicine or biology?
Of biology, right? I have a grand total of 1 in medicine.
Critical one. Here comes.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's 100. Oh my God!
Those use all the good dice rolls.
So close.
I'll put them up.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely leather, but it's a strange leather. Very pale.
Yeah.
nearly pink. Maybe it's Italian leather or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the usual.
Like a
type
chamois
of,
leather,
just
but not
bleach.
quite.
Yeah, just it's quite it's quite hard, like coarse, a little bit brittle. Not it doesn't have much give to it, but yeah, no, it's not.
Do
not
the
the type of
I'll-
leather you've seen before.
Yeah.
do
I'll
the
say to
sorry.
these are all quite large tomes, aren't they?
Most of them, they probably only go back like couple of hundred years. Some of the
No,
older
I'm
ones.
just talking about physical size.
Well, physical size, this thing's bigger than the others. This is
Right.
it's basically like a dozen people's diaries compressed and then with a covering on. And I mean, quickly looking at it, whoever started this book off started it about 60 years ago.
Yep.
And
I'm not
then-
going to go with that tack. Basically, what I'm thinking is I'll just ask Jane, as she seems to be the organ grinder here. Are most of the books this sort of weight and volume? As you can see, it's not a massive shop we'll have, so to take a large influx of like
I've not really. I'm sorry, sir. I've really no interest in the books. I just want to sell the entire collection.
Oh.
And we're due out. We need to be off soon. How about you come to the house tomorrow afternoon at 2:00? You can look at the books. You can offer us a fair price. But I'll leave these books here with you today. You can work out what value they are, and then just write me a receipt to say that I've left the books with you. You don't need what they are, just a number of books, and I will take that, and then you can meet, and she gives you the address to her father-in-law's house. It's out in the suburbs, but it's like it'd be like an hour and a half, 2-hour coach trip out to get there.
okay, sounds like a
But
plan.
they're
I'll-
staying in London tonight. They will be they'll be setting back tomorrow. But yeah, 2:00 in the afternoon, and she gives you the address.
So before she leaves, did the rest of us notice?
He's outside. He's her husband's outside.
No. The
Not very bothered.
the new guy. Did the rest of us notice his the look that he gave about this? You know, when he saw this book.
Depends. We would all look at him coming in, so you could all roll a spot hidden. maybe.
Okay.
Apart from James, because he was like all in the book, I suppose.
My spot hidden is 45.
Aren't you going outside, Henry, to see how George is?
60.
Have you
Damn it.
gone in?
No, I was going to find some wet wipes. I was finding him a cloth.
a dustpan and brush.
19. What's my spot hidden?
No, for his
I
to
succeeded.
wipe his hands with.
So since I didn't notice this exchange, this look that this
The
big
new
guy
guy.
gave, I shall follow George outside to make sure he's okay. Since I'm a doctor.
So he's just stood outside at the shop at the wall, and you can see that he has actually been sick on the floor.
I'm gonna
And
keep
he's,
my eyes on him.
It's kind of leaning with his back against the shop wall front.
I shall cast a clinical eye over the discharge on the pavement and see if it looks untoward, or if it's there's anything.
Yeah,
there are
go on then.
carrots.
It's got some carrots in it.
Oh yeah,
yummy.
so if it's just not this contents is normal, or if there's something. So that would be a medicine roll, would it?
You tell me, you're the doctor.
I would say it's going to be a medicine roll. Yes, definitely a medicine
yeah.
roll.
A sick
Maybe
roll.
start picking. Oh well, I'll not.
And
I'm
a
not.
praise.
I'm not pushing. I'll leave picking through it in case I have to push it. Medicine.
Yeah, I can keep out.
75. I have.
It's definitely sick.
Oh, only just 74.
So, it definitely is wretched. So, it's probably some of the tea that he might have just drunk this it's probably not got much substance or food to it, so it looks like he's not eaten in probably 24
Alright.
hours, maybe.
So it's mainly bile and teeth and fluids.
Yeah, some things just
No,
made him
no
wretched.
blood, no foreign
nothing like
matter
that.
or anything like that.
So he looks at you as you like walk up to him and start examining his sick. He's deathly pale, and he just says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I just had to get out of the shop."
You seem a little
And he-
perturbed, sir. Is there something wrong? You don't seem physically ill. You seem.
That it was that man. Is it just? Oh. And he's like, looks like he's going to be sick again.
Oh, well, what about the man? What about this gentleman?
It just reminded me of somebody thing. No, it's okay. I'm okay.
Can I attempt another psychology on him? See if he's withholding information. If he's evading the.
Yep.
Yes. My psychology is I forget. My psychology is
In my NPC over there.
60. Let's go. Come on. Oh, 1. another critical success. Is that a sanity reward for getting a critical success?
That's pulp rules. You'd get.
Oh, damn it.
You get 10 points. I think you get.
Yeah, you get.
Or D10.
We'll have to remember
I
that
guess
for
not
Friday.
any other rules in this game.
Pulp rules. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So
I'm doing the opposite end of the scale.
oh yeah, he's definitely withholding information. He was like going to say something, and then he stopped himself from saying it. Yeah, there's definitely something going on. He mentioned that the fat guy. Everything that's happened so far, there's something that has affected him, has made him this way, and it's not his wife. So backing shop. So she wants you, James, to write her a receipt. So we'll say
Which
you're
I'll
doing
do.
that.
Well, I'll be doing that while all that was going on.
Yeah, and then over here, big guy is like looking round the shop, but every now and again he'll turn round and he'll try to look back over there at where James is, but you two dweebs keep getting in the way. So it's like, circles
give him
the
a
shop,
damp cloth.
comes back round. He's like looking down here, and every now and again he's just looking
Sir,
at.
sir,
Yeah.
sir, please take my damp cloth and wipe your hands before you.
He hasn't
handle
actually.
any of the,
he hasn't actually handled any of the books.
Yeah,
He's
but I
just
don't want to have to. If he does, I don't want to have to shoot him.
Oh, it's this.
That's
He-
why.
That's
not-
like,
that's
following
not
He
enough.
him
wipes his
around
hands
with a
again on
cloth going,
his like jacket. It's like a long trench coat suit top, and he wipes his hands down it again. But you do actually see these like left grease marks.
Can
where
I
he's
make a
wiping
sanity
his
roll?
hands.
Am I saying this?
Sir, please wipe your hands with this nice cloth, because although our friendly resident bookseller has no idea of the value of any of these books in here, I do. So if you would be so kind as to,
He'll take the
your
cloth
hands
off there grudgingly. He's got big. He's got quite small hands for the size of him. He must be like 18, 19 stone. He's really obese. So yeah, he'll degrease his hands on the cloth, and then he'll pass it you back. So what were you saying then, Colin?
I was
James?
wondering if I'm noticing him looking over towards this book.
No, because you're writing a receipt for all the
All
books.
right, okay. So,
So
sell to him now. Just get
So she will take the receipt off you. She say, right. So I'll see you tomorrow at 2:00 sharp. Thank you for your time. Good day, sir. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
I'll
madam.
go and
see you
see
tomorrow.
what's wrong with George. Silly man. And that's to George, not to you. And
I'll
then
just
she'll leave the shop.
I'll just be trying to engage this fella in conversation. While my friend's busy, is there anything particularly of interest? Any Any aspect, any sort of particular areas of history that you might be interested in, or
I'm just looking at books.
One in
nothing,
particular,
well,
nothing
you've
in-
certainly come to the right place.
Yeah, bookshop. It's like you're like blocking him in. Get out of his way.
Never.
So he said, "No, there's nothing that takes my fancy." And then he'll walk round the table. I presume you get out.
You have quite a. We do have quite an interesting archaeology section.
I saw you eyeballing that book. So you are.
Do you say that to him?
Yeah.
Oh, he says, "Well, could I have a look at that book, sir?" That's to you, James. I presume the book is next to you.
Certainly, but I'm sure you can appreciate it. It's not mine yet, so I would.
Oh, is it not?
No, that was the lady who's
How much for all the books on the table?
Don't sell them to him. He's got greasy pie hands.
I haven't got the money now, but could maybe get the money for this evening and come back. All the books.
We'll be closed this evening. If you maybe come back tomorrow morning. I haven't done a full appraisal yet, but we'll say £15.
15 pounds. I'll have to have a word with my brothers. So what time tomorrow?
9 o'clock, nice and sharp. We like to open early.
9 o'clock. Okay. So he all the books, points to all the books, but he finishes by pointing at the book in your hands and gives you a deadly stare. All the books tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Thank you, sirs.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Is that anybody want to say anything to him before he departs?
No.
Wait all the pies. Wait all the pies.
Sorry,
I'm outside. Sorry.
Henry. What did Henry say? Did you say anything?
Can I try a psychology roll?
You, sir.
Pleasure meeting you. And then what did you say?
Conversation about archaeology tomorrow.
He just looks at you.
Always good to meet a fan.
Archaeology, and just laughs. What did you say, James?
I wanted to, even though I don't have much on it, I'll like to try a psychology roll. I don't like the way he's looking at me, and I'm wondering if I'm going to get robbed this evening.
You do have a safe. It's at the back of the shop. You've got a big fuck off safe, so you could put it in there.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, I don't want the shop wrecked while he tries to get to the safe.
So, a psychology, you could do a psychology.
Let's have a... Or a camp. Okay, no, that's perfectly normal. That's fine.
You felt quite... that stare was... You felt quite threatened by it. But he's definitely interested in the book, what you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, he goes. Nobody asked him his name. I found that disappointing.
What year is it, by the way?
It is
1889.
1889, yeah.
So there is a telephone exchange.
He leaves the shop. So you'll see him leave the shop, Dr. Gould. So he'll turn and he'll look at you. So the wife's come out. She's like straight away. She just goes straight past you, Doctor, and she starts basically attacking her husband verbally for being sick and being weak and what's wrong with you, you silly man. Really horrible to him. So he comes out onto the street, looks at what's going on. He'll look at you, Dr. Gould, and nod to you. And then he walks a little bit down the street to a wagon that's just up at the side of the pavement. And at the front of the wagon is a young man, like the driver of said wagon. This guy. who is also
Another large.
fucking huge. Yeah.
Is there a family
he's-
resemblance?
Yeah, they're both really fat.
They do look. At least the images do look. They do look.
So he's sat. He's sat at the one side of the wagon. So this guy gets on at the other side. So it's kind of like that, and then it levels out when he gets.
So it's like a wagon. Yeah,
it's a trade wagon. It's not a. It's not like a
not a
carriage
coach,
horse
not a
kind of
carriage.
thing.
No.
No. So roll a. I'm just trying to think which way they would be going. Which side of the road do you drive on? Doesn't really matter. So let's think about it. Roll a look roll. See if they ride past you.
A
Or they go the other
look
way.
roll. Look roll. Let me see. My look is, of course, 50, and I have rolled 70.
You can't spend luck. Can you?
No, can't spend luck on luck.
So unfortunately, their wagon.
Yeah, maybe I'm distracted by paying too attention to these
that
two
makes
instead.
sense. Well, anyway, you don't see what I was
Yeah,
hoping that you might see.
yeah,
So,
I'm paying too much attention to this couple.
So they like go on their way. They disappear. So bardy, they go. So back to the couple. She's really aggressive with him. He's definitely henpecked by her. She wears the trousers. No sympathy for him. Come on, George. We've got we've got things to be doing tonight. Pull yourself together.
I'll sort of step into. Forgive my forwardness, Mrs. Oh God, I forgot her name. Was it Pearson?
Pearson.
Mrs. Pearson. But your husband in particular seemed a little perturbed by the appearance of that large, rather greasy gentleman. Forgive me if I'm being a little forward, but it seems I get the impression that you perhaps recognise the gentleman.
Is that to him or to her?
To both of them, really. Kind of saying this and saying to both.
What
of
are
them.
you talking about, Doctor? I've never seen the man before, and neither has my husband. And like George, he just like looks down to the ground.
Can I make a psychology roll?
Yeah, you can. Keep trying, Phil.
My character sheet's gone.
It's not moving it.
Get off my character sheet. My psychology 60.
Go on then.
Oh, 83.
Yaddle.
Can I push it?
Yeah, I hate pushers, but you can.
So yeah, I kind of. I'll kind of get a bit more, I take a more aggressive approach and say, look, let's cut to the chase here. It's quite obvious there's something untoward going here. There's something. You seem a little overly keen to get rid of these books, and as soon as this gentleman turned up, you were clearly disturbed by his appearance. So let's be honest. Put all our cards on the table. Just cut the. No, cut the crap. That's not what they were saying.
This is going to be a really important role, so don't mess it up.
So I'll really bring it home, get right up in
It's perfect. It's
right
perfect.
up in the face about it.
You just need the role now.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, psychology.
0, 1, 0, 1. You can do it.
Oh dear, 91.
Oh.
That's a fumble then on the push roll. With push roll.
In all my life, what a horrible man you are, insinuating that I'm lying. I would be lying to you. I've come here in good faith, wanting to sell my deceased father-in-law's books. Myself and my husband have never seen that ridiculous fat man before. How dare you, sir? George, come, we are going. And she grabs him by the arm. You think he was probably going to say something, but he just doesn't get a chance, and she wrenches him down the street.
Oh well. I'll watch him go.
It could have been so
I
different.
sort of have a
if you'd
set of attack dogs as friends in my shop. This
only
is why my
you
shop
got
isn't
success.
doing too well because everyone gets.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're coming to look at the books? Get out!
got an entirely different result if you'd have had a success.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're kind of left there, Billy. No mates. You've got some sick on the floor there.
Oh yeah. I'll.
You're just gonna leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go back in and say, James, there's some vomit on the pavement outside your shop.
Yeah, I'll throw a bucket around it in a minute.
So
I'm
what
going
are
to
you
put
doing?
these in the safe, and also I'm going to ring a trade wagon. I'm thinking just to treat it as a lot job.
We have a look through the book. Can't we have a little read?
Honestly, that guy has unsettled me, and I'm going to ring a constable.
You've probably got I mean, there's probably about 20 books, maybe 30 books in your possession. You've signed for them.
Right.
They definitely seemed legit. The couple seemed legit, and that you just need to go to their house tomorrow. They've got like another 1,000 books for you to have a look at, and they just want a price. So who do
that
you want?
one
to pay?
book?
So basically, what I'm thinking is, I just
Guys, look. It's getting on. 20 books there. There's books. We've got to go to the bleeding house tomorrow. Can we just get to the pub?
Dr. Gould, roll me a medicine or biology, whichever's your best. You'll now. Well, you can all do this, apart from James, because you've already done it. This is for the book that James
I think
has in his possession. The book that's the interesting book.
What do I need to roll, sorry?
I shall roll.
Whichever's the highest, your biology or your medicine.
So I'm going to roll my medicine. My biology is pretty good, but not as good as my medicine.
I don't have any biology, apparently.
A 31. That is a hard success.
You'll have a
I've got one in
0-1
medicine.
if you've got nothing.
I've got
should I
0,
do-
1 in both.
But the good doctor has
Hard success.
succeeded. Henry, did you get anything? No. So, Dr. Gould, the book that George seemed very keen on either keeping or getting rid of, the one that James has in his possession, that strange-looking leather binding, that's human skin.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. That's I shall inform her. So you might want to keep that one apart from your other the rest of your collection, James. It's bound and rather special. Has a rather special binding. Some appears to be. If you look closer, you can even see the paws. Look, it's unless I'm mistaken, I believe that's skin, human skin. That book's bound in.
sort of like, oh,
Not
Here.
Italian leather.
or it could be it. You know what I mean, if it was made out of Italian.
Come on, like that, yeah.
No doubt that alone could put some sizable value on that book.
You've flicked through it, haven't you, James? Are
Yeah,
you looking through it now, or are you not looking through
Yeah,
it?
I'll sort of flick through it now. What I was planning to do before everyone got excited was just ring for a trade wagon, take it up, and just take the whole lot as a lot. You know, not even think about it.
Oh, it's too
Yeah,
late in the day for a trade wagon to come and do that.
No, but I mean, book one for tomorrow.
No telephones.
There is
Oh,
the telephone exchange.
You'll have a telephone in here. You're
Have you got
quite a
telephones?
decent shop.
Yeah, 1889.
yeah.
That's what I've been looking up. It's like,
All right. I didn't think we had them.
stuff, you know, how can I? Because I want to ring a constable as well. Because I have a funny feeling I'm going to get burgled tonight. There's going to be a
Why?
brick through the window.
Why?
That guy just gave me a strange look, and
You don't.
being a former soldier, I know what soldiers are like. You know,
Yeah, you
I'm
can
going to
look
set
after
up a
yourself.
shop.
You've got.
Can
a
I look
trusty-
after the book for you for the night?
a
And I'll be
trusty
back
revolver.
here first thing in the morning.
I'm not. Do I live in this shop?
I was just going to say, it's up to you. You could have like there could be there should be a door, and like they say, there's a door at the back, so there's a flat
Oh,
above
be
it,
like
Be like Mr.
or you-
Bacon.
or I think it's just a bookshop, and then you live somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I
you
was-
know anything you put in that safe is safe. Pardon me, it's safe. Put in the safe is safe. They did need dynamite to open it, but obviously they destroy what's inside it. So.
No, what I want to do is ring the local constabulary and just make them aware that I had a rather dodgy fellow. If an extra patrol could happen to be walk past the shop this evening, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So roll me a
You
phone at the police. Roll me a persuade. So you get put through to a constable who then passes you on to like a sergeant. Maybe it's like it'd be like a local police station that you've dealt with before. So he knows you, but you will still need a persuade roll
Yeah,
for like a constable.
You should have had
right.
me call them. I would have been.
Well, you're talking over the top of me. Well, I can't get a sentence out. And
You could pretend to be the queen.
how about it?
How about? I'm sorry,
how about no?
Well, it says
I'm not,
they'll-
it doesn't even matter what my stats are. No.
it says they'll it says they'll keep an eye out, but they can't be going like just hanging around your shop in case you think you're going to get burgled. It kind of laughs at you, but not with any malice. He just says, "Well, I've made a note of it, sir. So if there's a constable,
Crime reference number in advance.
yeah, in the area,
Insurance company.
I'll make sure he knows to walk down that particular street." And then you're like, so yeah, you do that. So while James is on his posh phone, are you looking at this book, everybody? You like turning it and looking
No, I'm.
at pretty pictures?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a yes, Dave.
Standing there,
Not
looking
looking.
at my watch, and tapping my foot.
So somebody's got to.
You know,
It
really
would take
parched.
ages to sit down and read all these different folios because they're all in different hands. What you can summarize is, though, looking at the different handwriting, you notice this with a lot of them. Some of the handwriting starts off really good, and then it gets to the end of their particular folio, and it's like a different person's writing. It's all over the place, like Looney Tunes kind of thing. And this happens multiple times, that whoever's writing in the folio looks like they've basically gone crazy towards the end of what they've written. And the last entry, same as well, not the same as the others. The writing does deteriorate, but not as bad as the others. And the last entry is dated about 6 months ago. And the name, you will find the name, Gerald Pearson was a person that wrote the folio.
Presumably the father-in-law. Should we perhaps take the book with us to the drinking establishment?
Oh no, I wouldn't want to have anything spilled on it. I'll put them in a safe for this evening.
So just from perusing, you have a look at these lovely pictures. You'll be looking at the lovely pictures as well, won't you, James?
Oh yeah, I like pictures.
So this is what just some of the there's all this mad scroll and scribble, but there's loads of drawings and doodles and things.
At the risk of upsetting people, does it need a sanity roll when we discover that books bound in human skin at all? Or?
Oh well, yeah, we can roll a sanity.
I mean, maybe
It's
I don't need to since I'm a doctor, but
yeah, I agree as well, Phil. So yeah, you can roll your sanity. If you're successful, nothing. If you fail,
I'm
1
an
point.
archaeologist.
What is my sanity?
Whoop-de-doo.
Your sanity, did you say, Stuart?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. It's on your character sheet.
That's a fail, though.
Yeah.
It's
So
your power.
you'll have to keep track on a piece of paper. What
you
what
can
sanity
if you've got the PDF open, you can click on the numbers on the thing
You can
and
do
put a
the
circle
PDF.
around.
Or next to here, I can put your sanity loss, can't I? Has anybody spent any luck yet?
No.
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 So,
I'm not that
anybody
crazy.
lost any sound?
I've lost one, I think, just now.
That's Harry's. San
Okay.
1. So you're on -1. That's one again, Jonathan.
Is that
So
a
nobody
checkbox?
else.
No.
No, just so do I need to? I know I suggested it, but does the doctor need
No,
to?
you. Well, maybe you do because it's the fact that somebody's used human skin. to find something.
Oh,
It's
very
not,
well.
It's not that it's human skin in itself.
I passed it.
So you're okay.
I somehow failed it.
Oh, 1 point of sanity. Oh my god! He runs out of the shop.
I'm just going to pick up some of these other books and go, yeah, book. Yeah, that's
normal
book.
binding.
That's
Normal
book.
binding.
That's
Leather.
That's book.
Bind and Kai.
Not human skin.
This
not human
is a
skin.
public drinking house. Oh no, it's a book. This is a nice frothing pint of beer. Oh no, it's a book.
So the
This is a lovely
reveal.
pork. Oh no, it's a book.
Shall we retire to the drinkle establishment, Mr. Henry?
No, you got some more
That's
sanity.
a book.
Oh, when it
That's a
freaking
book.
works, I want to move it.
Oh, some pork scratch. Oh no, that's a book. I'll just like toss them on the chair as I'm going through them.
It's on grab. Right, I want to grab it. Why won't it let me grab it? Anybody know?
Oh, what we
You know,
doing?
that
Right,
like sacked
we're not
off like
We'll do that. Right, so
a
that's
meeting with like
a selection of pictures what
a
are in the
study
book.
group and a Friday afternoon lecture for this, don't you? Told
So,
them I had urgent business in town.
Assorted drawings for you to browse on the left-hand side from the shop.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hello. Have you got a number? I assume
That's
it's
a
a
book.
Nice.
So, you can roll your sanity again for these mad drawings. They're just throughout all the folios. It's the same kind of weird, headless,
I
fat,
passed. Woohoo.
humanoid figure.
I'll pick up the this leather. I'll take it out of his hands. And go, yep, that's a book.
So you
Toss
passed,
that on the
Stuart.
chair as well.
Yeah.
So that's minus another one.
Ugh.
Anybody else pass?
I have passed.
I passed. At which point I'll take it out of his hands and go, Jesus Christ, yeah, that's a book. And
Yeah.
throw it on the chair.
James McBrown, pass or fail?
Pass.
Pass, so you're -1. So the pictures are quite horrific.
Sorry, was that -1 even if you pass?
Even if you
Yeah.
pass, it was going to be like
Oops,
D3
no,
if
give
you
me some.
failed.
Oop.
I think that's probably a little bit extreme.
Yeah, the
but
picture
it's only a one shot.
Not the Albar thing.
So, yeah, take from that what you will. There's definitely something going on with this obese humanoid thing with no head.
Yeah,
so,
just came into the shop. Did he get a head?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he definitely had
Yeah,
a
he had
head.
a head.
No,
But
but I mean, did that thing find a head? Then was what was in the shop earlier?
It was the it does
Looks
share
like a similar
like
body shape.
similar body shape, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Because he was busy putting a pork pie into it.
so
Speaking
are
of
you,
which,
are you taking the book with you?
No, I'm going to put them all in the safe.
Even the special book.
Yes, because that's
Take
a
it to the
bit
pub and
silly.
read it.
No, because some idiot's going to spill something on it, and
You-
I don't own them yet.
We have a game. We've had a game where somebody used to spill things on something. didn't they?
I don't know what you mean.
um,
I have no memory of that.
I'm not
you've
in the
no-
habit of taking books that are on loan to me out to the bar when
You've no interest in reading the last or speed reading the last folio in relation to that couple's deceased father-in-law. Aren't you
honestly
curious?
at the moment I'm really taking no. To me,
Tomorrow.
it's I've been given
I'm
a couple of books.
curious,
Yes, they're
but
interesting. I just
being
want to
dragged
put them in the
to the
safe, and then I'm thinking of just taking the whole job lot as low a price as possible, just to get them all. I'm thinking 5 minutes. They're very keen to get rid of everything, and I'll worry about the value of it. You know, I'm bound to get if I get 10 books out of it that are valuable, that's fine. You know, and I can even trade off the lesser ones to other bookstores. So
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking. Just treat it like a job
Any-
lot.
Anybody want to interject, or you just let?
No, I imagine James that with a little bit of banter, you'd probably be able to secure the entire collection for a pittance.
You
make a killing.
basically- Yeah, you'll make a killing. They don't really have any concept of the value of
Which
the
is
books.
perhaps a little concerning. There were clearly, to my mind, there were clearly other ulterior motives for getting rid of these things.
Yeah,
Anthony, I don't know if you want to say, but you know one of those books is really valuable. One that nobody else has really looked at. So
Yeah.
if the rest of the collection is anything like it, yeah, you could,
Yeah.
James will make a killing.
I was trying to tell him that earlier, but people kept talking over me. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of that tonight, which is
Yeah.
don't know what the hell's
Interrupting.
happening.
I think Dave's on a delay, actually. Are you in America, Dave?
Definitely.
Right. So James is going to put all the books back in the two satchels and then take them over to the safe. So everybody's okay with that? Well, they are books, aren't they?
It's
we'll
James's
have to be.
shop.
So he goes into
but
the back, puts
They are
them
on
in
loan
the safe,
as well, so
and then comes back. It will now be probably 5:15, so you've gone 15 minutes over closing up. You're
That's
ready
right.
for your evening out for a slap-up evening meal and maybe a trip to the theatre to see some of Anthony's
say that-
friends perform.
I thought we were going to somewhere good.
Or,
Hey, how
maybe-
dare
The
you?
opera.
or maybe the one of the brothels that you all frequent. How about that instead?
I'm thinking it's
I-
going to
I-
a bit of
sir.
business in the morning, keeping a reasonably clear head, so
Get-
I'll not go
get-
overboard.
Get some syphilis. How about-
I think this business has all been rather distasteful, so I prefer something to wash this from my mouth, if possible.
I think
Gin house.
Gin House are a few yells. Sounds like a plan.
An opium den. How about that, Doctor?
No, thank you.
Chinatown.
Yes.
We know you're a druggie.
After purchasing the books and making a nice sale, that might be a celebration.
We can knock back a bottle or two of surgical spirit back at my place.
I think heroin's legal, isn't it?
Opium, yes. Well, to a certain degree, it is. Yeah.
If it is for you, you just.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's rendered down, is it? Or
It is a legal medicine. You couldn't. It wasn't legal to take it because that's why they were opium dens. But
Get
it
yourself
was
to Chinatown.
it was administered in hospitals. So.
Right, so everything's safely locked away, and then you go out on your night out. So, are we saying you don't live here, James? You've got an apartment elsewhere.
I'll have an apartment. Yeah, it makes sense.
So, you have a excellent evening.
What
Doing
day is it?
whatever it is
believe
that you decide to
There is
do.
there's a new Puccini out,
Oh,
which I think we ought to go and see.
sounds good.
So,
Wasn't it? Was shit apparently.
Oh,
think,
well, take your word for it. I'm going to regret it in the morning.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
you have your evening out. Then you just go back to your own houses. Yep. Are you
Okay.
agreeing to meet the
Yeah.
following day, maybe
Well.
like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock? It's going to be a Saturday, so you're all free.
Oh,
So there's nothing stopping you all from travelling out to this couple's house the following day. If that's
Very well. I'll let the junior doctors deal with things at the hospital.
Oh, it's Saturday after all. You can.
Did you say it was like 2.5 hours to get there?
About 2 hours. So you'd need to be setting off at probably 12. So
maybe meet at 11.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, obviously, I'm going to the shop to open up. I want to make some phone calls.
So we're going to say you all have a fantastic evening out. You all return to your own homes. It'll be quite late when you get return to your homes, but you receive a knock at the door, James. This is like early hours, probably maybe 1 o'clock. Somebody knocking on your door. So you're probably just getting ready for bed. You put your PJs on, and somebody's banging on your door.
Have the dressing gown. I'll slip the revolver into my pocket, just discreetly.
So it's a PC plod. You don't recognise him, but it says that the sergeant. You spoke to a sergeant earlier on in the evening, and he has tried ringing you several times, but he's had no answer. So I've been sent round to inform you, sir, that your business premises, your bookshop, it's actually been broken into, and I'm afraid, sir, they've made a bit of a mess. I don't know. You probably need to maybe board up the front door. They've made a real mess of the interior. I'm ever so sorry, sir.
I knew it. I give a description of the fat man, and did I see the brother? No, I didn't. I was inside.
No, that was me. Just me. I think.
So I just saw the large man.
I presume Phil will have mentioned that he got onto a wagon with another fat man. That would have.
Yeah, why not? Well, during the course, possibly during the course of the evening's festivities.
I would have mentioned that something annoyed me about that. In fact, I couldn't relax that night. That's why I didn't have too much.
Well, yeah. Sorry, go on, Colin.
It's in the back of my mind.
But yeah, I think I will mention. Probably brought up the fact that it seemed clear, at least to me, it seemed clear that the couple that knew. They seemed. I'm convinced, at least anyway, that they knew who that gentleman was, and they were disturbed by his presence. So imagine your apartment's not too far away, but maybe you'll get a taxi to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try and phone any of your friends, or are you just going to go?
No, I'll just go myself first of all, and then I'll use the phone in the shop.
So
I'll tend to the business expense.
Front door has just been forced. Like glass has all been smashed through, and then they've broke the lock or whatever. But it's like half hanging off its hinges. Somebody's just like kind of walked through the door, kind of thing. So they have literally ransacked your shelves. You've got books all over the floor. Your desk's been opened. It is a real mess. The picture does show the safe door being open, but the safe is intact, and they've not gone into the safe. So yeah, whoever's done this has made a right mess of your shop. Roll me a spot hidden when you're like looking round.
Just get annoyed. No, I'm too annoyed. I'm actually just seething. I'm seething with rage because I did tell the police. I did have a beat on it, and they laughed at me.
See, this is where you could like push it, but I wouldn't know what the results of pushing it would be.
Negatively if it fails.
That's why I find pushing a really odd mechanic.
If it's, I can get pushing if it says skill roll.
You punch the policeman in anger.
Yeah.
Give some examples of pushing failures.
Yeah, but what would it be? He's doing a spot hidden to see if we can see something.
Let's see.
I should have just made it obvious. Maybe that's probably the way I should have done it.
The old failing forward thing.
Yeah. Whilst you're looking round, they're just like obviously looking for something, but you spot it, and then you spot it again. There's fucking pastry crumbs on the floor.
Studs.
I just get rage. I knew, and I grabbed the copper by the shoulder. That fat bastard!
I told you!
Look, that fat waste of space, that disgusting pie and greasy hand. That's what he had. That's.
Sir,
I've rung yous. I called yous. I tried to.
Sir, calm yourself. Calm yourself.
Donate to the policeman's ball every year, and this is what I get.
Pastry crumbs for crying out loud. Calm yourself.
Just
sir.
pastry crumbs. It's shaking them. Just pastry crumbs. Just.
So he tries to calm me down.
You're
Maybe a cup of tea, sir. I'll make you a good cup of tea. I mean, there's not a lot I can do for you this evening.
Just
we've
go.
We've knocked down a few.
Go.
Just
go.
okay. So if there's anything we can do for you, you just give the sergeant a ring. I'm sure he'll do something for you. And then he turns and walks away.
Probably get 3 years for that now, just for.
I would have given you a damn good truncheoning.
Probably would have got a good truncheon. No, because you're quite.
Well to do. Yeah.
They wouldn't dare hit you.
So it says sample consequences of a failed push roll is for example, inadvertently dropping something of your own while searching, which will make it clear that you've been there.
Pointless. Yeah. You drop your pistol on the floor and it goes off and shoots the police officer.
Yeah.
How about that one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Murder.
Hung. So you're left with a shop that's been wrecked.
So I just start cleaning up.
You probably, I don't know if you'd be able to fix the door, but you'll probably try. So you spend several hours trying to make the shop semi-secure, and then I suppose you return home to get some sleep, unless you want to just wait here.
I'm going to start cleaning up. That will not do it.
Are you just going to wait here until they arrive tomorrow? Then maybe.
Yeah, I just got to clean up and.
So do you want to open up the safe and have a look at the book while you're waiting?
No, I'm there.
Are you sure you want to stay in the shop on your own for another?
No, I'm only going to stay long enough to clean up.
Okay.
And then I'll retire.
It's okay. Nobody's watching the shop, waiting for you to be there on your own. Right. So
I will shoot the first person that even.
Yeah. So the following day, you've agreed to meet at, we said 11 o'clock. So that can be a thing. You're not taking the book out of the safe. No fat people come to the shop.
The pastry he was eating, would I have been? Is it a distinctive pastry?
You're like Sherlock Holmes of pastry, not cigarette ash. Pastry.
Yeah, it's made in the line of bakers in the East End.
Flaky pastry. It was a meat pie, not a Cornish pasty, like a proper steak meat pie, but there was a lot of crumbage, so a crusty meat pie.
But are there plenty of those? Like,
yeah. I don't know.
From Mr. S. Todd's Bakeries.
Well, if you'd have asked him his name, you might know. Or if you could have read the freaking last folio, you might know.
I tried to.
So we're just going to fast forward. So all your friends turn up at the shop, and presuming one of you's got a carriage, unless you're just going to go out there by taxi, which you could do.
Well, I was going to, like I said, my plan was just to take the whole thing as a job lot. So what I was thinking is organizing a trade wagon to turn up.
To go with you.
To go with us. And I'll just put it in. Look, I'll take the whole lot now. Offer a stupid amount, So that's what you could have done. Well, you do that first thing in the morning. That's what I was.
You get the trade wagon to come and join you.
Mm-hmm.
You'd probably still need a taxi for everybody as well, because you're going to have a trade wagon with a driver, The
Yep.
books are going to go in the wagon. You could have another person on the wagon, but then the other 3 you're probably going to need a taxi.
If they're wanting to come, of course, because they normally do this on a Saturday. Just turn up and go with me
don't
and my.
I presume you know people. You're in the know, and they're willing to do it. They're going to get some money from it, aren't they? So they'll do it Saturday.
Anything to help
It's
an
a
old
country
friend.
house. They might have
Well,
Oh, I mean,
I know
your
what
friends.
one of the
Your
books.
friends are
Interesting.
would love to. They want to look at all these fantastic occult books that this couple's got.
Well, I'm sure if you'll follow our direction, like I said, it's.
I'm thinking if it's a country house, they might have some interesting other like artifacts and what have you that are actually interesting.
Well,
is true.
I know how much some of these books are worth, so I'm going to stick around.
So when we get to the bookshop, is it obvious that that it's been broken into?
Yeah, the door's broken. All the glass is broken. Someone's forced the door.
That's what I've done as well. I've asked for a
Somebody
carpenter.
to board it up and
sure.
ordered a replacement door.
Yeah.
Yeah, James has done as good as possible job as tidying up. I mean, the books. I mean, they've kind of been just like thrown on the floor, but most of them aren't really damaged as such. So it's not. Some have been like upended and like landed on the corners and stuff, but it's nothing.
There will be a saucer sitting on my desk, and there'll be pastry crumbs on it.
You mean eating a pie?
My God, James, what's happened?
Our fat friend paid us a visit last night. I will kill him.
The gentleman that had who was showing a passing interest in that
I'll
particular
show you the
book.
saucer.
Oh,
If the pastry crumbs fit,
Mr. Pork Pie.
Mr. Pork
Money from
Pie, indeed.
Desmond's.
he will be a pork pie when I'm through with him. Police are useless.
So
I rung them. I told them that guy was scoping me out. I told him.
So did he find what he was looking for?
I don't think so. They've just. I think I know what they were looking for. It's a bit strange that some people come in to sell books, and then the next minute this guy comes afterwards, and that look he gave me,
Well, obviously there
didn't
must
realize
be.
book selling was such a hazardous trade.
Seems
Not being funny, but you've got a book made of human skin. It's gonna be a bit weird, isn't it?
So the fact that they all
I
know.
thought.
Oh, go on, Dave.
Did you say that one of these books was quite valuable though?
Yes, extremely so.
That's what they were after then.
Yeah, maybe it would be worth our while to take a moment to go through these books and see what there is that's of such interest to this pie man.
So you can all.
Yeah,
all
we've got
go-
an hour. I've booked a taxi and a trade wagon
Yeah.
for 12.
So you can all do an appraise roll again.
Oh my God.
So you as well, James, because you only appraise the one with the special Italian
Yeah.
leather binding.
Obviously, that's going to go very well.
I kick butt.
I got 5% in appraise, and I have got 26. I'm not spending luck on that.
I rolled 97.
Oh,
I succeeded.
that's a that's a spill your coffee on a book, that isn't it?
So you've all missed
I've spilt my coffee.
you've all missed this one particular book that Anthony recognised as being quite valuable, and you think it actually is, James, but that was quite
Oh, now it's got coffee all over it.
pretty decent book. Yeah, it's a little bit damp. So yeah, definitely worth looking at these other books. If there's just like a handful of them out of the 1,000, you could be like pounds in, depending on what you offer them.
So is it? Sorry, go on, Dave.
Is this book that is that valuable enough to be breaking into somebody's shop for?
Probably not.
So there must be something. There must be something more to these books. But maybe, like I say, maybe it would be worth our time to go, maybe to peruse these books and see if there's something more than is immediately apparent.
It's like if it was a campaign that the book what you've appraised, that would probably add some points to your like occult skill. But we're not playing a campaign, so it's like a rare edition, like first edition or something, and it's got quite a lot of occult related info in it.
Part of me is thinking,
Yes.
am I bringing trouble to my door getting involved in this? Should I just maybe take these books back and tell them no, thank you?
You're already involved.
And then go hunting every pie shop in London to get this person in my life.
9 o'clock's come and gone, and no sign of fat people.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that was. Yeah, the look was enough. I kind of knew that was happening.
And to be fair, you are a bookshop with the emphasis on the word shop. Just sell them.
So, you're going to move it on. You're going to get in your taxi, on your wagon. You're going to make your way out to.
So the ones that were that you.
Yeah, I'm going to think. Should I take what's the protocol?
Are you taking the books? What she's given?
Actually, yes, I will, because if she doesn't accept my only offer I'm going to make, then she's taking the books back.
She'll want her books back, so yeah. And that includes the beautifully bound.
Oh yeah, they're going back in their satchels.
One.
Yeah,
the good one.
This is
the human leather bound one, skin one, lovely. So, yeah. Go on, Phil.
I suspect, James, that no matter how ridiculous your offer, that the Mr. and Mrs. Pearson might accept. As I say, I get the impression they're trying to they wish to be rid of these things, not just because they clearly wanting to return to the colonies.
Yeah, there's something strange going on, but let's.
Somebody could read that folio on the way.
Well, this is why I was suggesting that perhaps there might be something. It might be interesting. That it might be worth going through, skimming through these books to see what it is that's of enough interest and warrant breaking into your shop.
Who would
put
like
out the
to do
fleshy
that?
one. I think this is the one that they're all focusing on. That's
Either this or the one that Anthony says is so valuable. I think that was a different book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll hand the expensive one to Anthony, saying he clocked it.
The occult one, right? So I ain't interested in the occult one. Who's reading the one with the human skin? Anybody? The folio.
Someone's got to.
I guess the James would be the obvious one, would
Yeah,
it?
I guess. Yeah.
So you're going to read that.
While we're sitting in the back, we'll open it up.
You're only speed reading, so you're probably going with the last entry because it's in relation to that couple.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, so as you're traveling out, you're probably like an hour into reading, or maybe an hour and a half. So you're nearly there. It's somewhere in Essex. It's kind of out in the suburbs. It's not a mansion, but it's like a property in a village that's kind of set aside. It's a decent property, or it's going to be a decent property. So Gerald Pearson. Hold on, that's the wrong thing. Let's get this right, Jonathan. Right. So the folio. All right. The last entry or the last owner is somebody called Gerald Pearson. So it turns out that he was married to somebody called, to the daughter of somebody called Harold Winkler. And this Harold Winkler owns a butcher's shop in London, and the address is there. It's near. It's like a road that connects to the Seven Dials. So you can roll a history. You might mention it to the others just to see if you know the local information of the area. So if everybody rolls a history roll, just give you a bit more information.
History. Ooh,
Oh my
45.
God.
I've got 45 in that.
Yeah, I'm not going to get this.
Oh,
History,
20.
75.
Oh, wow.
No.
And you're the historian.
Oh,
60. It's a bit out of my comfort zone, but no.
So, what
History's
you know
not
of
for me.
the Seven Dials is, I think I'm saying it right. I'm on the wrong scene, but it's basically 7 roads that connect, and they call it I think it's the Seven Dials. Probably got that totally wrong.
Yeah.
But it's an area. It used to be a slum area, and it's like in the East End. But recently, over the last 10 or so years, lots of new people have kind of moved into the area, like working class, lower middle class, and there's all new businesses have sprung up. It's like an up and coming area from what used to be a horrible rundown slum. So this butcher's shop is in this particular area, and it's been there. It's been there a while, and the last owner, well, the person that wrote the previous folio was the owner of the butcher's shop, a Harold Winkler. So reading through this, Harold's got he had a sister who married Gerald Pearson. And Gerald he'd already been married, but his wife died, but he'd had the son, George, who you've met.
Mm-hmm.
And then he remarried this Winkler's sister, but then she died, and then Winkler himself died, and then but he's got 3 sons, and they have taken over the butcher's shop. But this is where it gets a little bit dark, and it's probably got dark before this. They're part of a cult, or they claim to be part of a cult. And they worship a deity. They refer to it as the god, or the old one, but it's not given a name. There's no name. It's just the god, the old one. And basically, they have taken part in torture, mutilation, rape, butchery, the worst things imaginable. This is what is written in this guy's hand, what they do, and they do this on a regular basis. They have like a cult meeting at the end of the month, and there's like a dozen members, and this is all performed under the butcher's shop in a basement, a secret basement area under the butcher's shop. And they will take people off the street, imprison them, keep them for a period of time, and continuously torture them and rape them. Other people they will just kill outright. They even claim to eat people's flesh. They make some of the prisoners kill some of the other prisoners. It's pretty grim reading. So this, you'd have to sit down and like properly read it, because it gets harder and harder to read as this guy's obviously losing his mind. But you take from what is written about his son, had very little to do with him. After his first wife died, he basically just sent him off to boarding school. and kind of didn't really disown him, but they just weren't close. And then he's remarried, and then he was just so absorbed in being in the cult and then becoming the leader of the cult. But then it just basically stops. So you don't know, he's died, but you don't know why. And the couple never said how he died or why he died. Have I missed anything? Right, so anything you want to ask? Apart from roll your sanity.
Yeah.
I presume you're reading this out to them or you tell them all.
Yeah. Yeah, just in conversation.
The sanity hit will be worse for you
Yes.
if you're actually...
La 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 la.
Every so often,
Anyway,
oh
actually-
god, and they did this, and
Oh no, are you in the taxi with two of the others, or are you on the wagon on your own?
be on the wagon. Almost certainly on the wagon.
Where do you want to be, James?
On his own, in the
Well,
dark.
If you're on your own, you're sharing the information with a wagon driver, but you just on your own.
okay, fine. I'll be on the wagon on my own. Fine.
All right, so
I'll take that.
roll your sanity and tell me what you roll. That should be a pass
63.
for you.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, that's
Pass.
all right. I passed.
Remember to take. You've lost one already,
Yep.
so it's going to be another one. It is a really disturbing.
Yeah, this sheet has a wee clicky thing.
Oh, you've got the PDF, all right.
Yeah, the PDF has a wee clicky
Yeah,
thing.
so you actually, it makes you feel a little bit sick. So they describe this god, this old one. They say it's just like crazy. They think he's real, and sometimes he comes to the ceremonies, and this is how some of the actual cult members have died. It kills its own followers. Just it's all batshit crazy. Just does not make any sense whatsoever. So yeah, you read that, and then you reach your destination. So it's a little bit before 12 o'clock. It's a nice house, and it's got a big garden. There's no houses really close by as such. It's like on the periphery of a village. The garden looks a little bit neglected, like nobody's been attending to it recently. There's no... Let me think. Should have thought about this. There's no... No, there's no sign of a wagon or anything outside or a carriage. So you presume that the couple must have got a taxi back to the property. So there's no lights on or anything. So you pull up in up at the front of the house with the wagon and your taxi. Are you getting the taxi going to stay? Are you paying him to stay? You're going to have to, aren't you? Otherwise, you're going to struggle to.
Yeah.
So you'll be paying him for his time. So he stays with the taxi. Wagon
One of
driver.
two things is going to happen. Either everyone's getting involved and loading books.
Yeah.
or
So
if
the
you-
wagon driver, he's
or a
paid
tip.
he's paid to lug the books as well. So he'll get
Yeah.
off the wagon. So you
and-
rock on up to the house.
So we don't know the like details of the contents of this book, do we?
It's for James to tell
yeah,
you now.
only James. Yeah.
Yeah, but not enough time between let's get this bit of it, let's see how this
Yeah.
transpires.
Yeah.
So right, it's got a knocker on the door. I presume someone's gonna knock the door.
Yep, well, guess that'll be me.
Knock on the door.
Yeah.
There's no
Well,
answer.
James seems to be a little bit unsteady on his feet, but
Nothing. Nobody replies. You wait 20, 30 seconds, probably give it another knock. A louder knock. No, nothing.
So does James look all right?
Does James look all right?
No, I'm feeling a bit queasy actually, and wonder what. Sometimes I'm wondering if this was a good idea, like get into business where you have to deal with people, because this is what happens.
Are you okay, old man? You look a little off color.
I was reading this, and honestly, there's some depraved people, and it looks like this may not be a work of fiction.
What do you mean? What's a
Sort of give a, without getting into graphic detail, a recount of horrible rituals, and there may actually be accounts of people getting kidnapped, and it looks like something's went down.
And does that include the names of the name of the person that's got the same surname as this couple?
Yeah, so I mentioned Gerald Pearson, and then also Harold Winkler, and the fact that his daughter married Gerald, but the son who we met, George, is not of that union, but of a previous one. Seems like there's a bit of a sordid family history going on here, and possibly a personal connection to that fat guy.
It would explain why they're so keen to get rid of these.
But why didn't they confront each other?
Good question.
Why are we in the, or more importantly, why am I in the middle of this? And by default, obviously, I'm glad you've come.
Why we being drawn into this?
Yes.
I'm just going to slightly add something to when you read the book. So they say that this god sometimes appears at the ceremony, but what it actually it was the god that killed Harold Winkler. It possessed him and destroyed him at one of the ceremonies.
So is that Harold Winkler Jr. possibly?
Well, he's got three sons, so these are named in the book. He's got three sons: Max, Harry, and I can't remember. Oh, balls! Max, Harry. Did I write it down? Oh, for frick's sake! It's because Stanley.
Like all
sorry,
fatty, chubby, and larder.
No, it was on the token, and I deleted it right at the beginning of the game. Stanley is the other brother. So you now know the one that come to the shop is Stanley.
Right.
But he's one of the younger brothers. The oldest brother is Max. So you would presume he's now boss.
Just out of interest, I'm going to try the front door. Probably the cheapest thing ever. But I have...
It's open. It's not locked. It just opens.
Of course.
You want to go inside?
Why not?
Oh.
I'll be like, hello? This is the dumbest thing people do, and dumbness of dummy horror movie. But let's do the dumb thing.
Opens into quite a large hallway, nice stairs off to one side, but like a little bit of a balcony. There's no, it's very sparsely decorated, so if there were things, they've probably been taken out and sold.
Yeah, does it look like it's been cleared? The house has been cleared out.
Yeah, they're clearing the house. There's like signs of dust where ornaments maybe were. So just going through the house, there's like a dining area. What furniture there is has got like dust sheets on and things. You do find a library. So that's just off of the like the dining area, and it is very impressive. But unlike the books in your shop that were scattered around all over the floor, these are all intact. But you do notice there are a few spaces, so you presume this is like the books, what they brought to the shop, would kind of roughly add up, but you're not too sure whether the big book would have been on the same shelf. It would have kind of looked out.
I'm
of
imagining
place.
that'll be on a lectern. There's like a lectern and a chamber.
So there's no
Where
sign.
it's sat with a pentagram drawn around it.
Everybody can roll a spot hidden.
Appreciate this as well. Oh no. Oh yes, I am 94.
Ooh, yeah, failed.
Bill's nicked all my good dice.
I got a hard success.
Oh, nice.
Hard success. So you obviously your first protocol. You like look at the books, but then you're just like looking around the room a little bit more. It's deadly silent. You don't hear anybody, so you presume that nobody's in the house. But just like looking around, you notice that one of the windows looks like it's been recently replaced. Like maybe they've had a break-in and they've had to repair, like the entire window's been refitted. It does not look like the other windows.
Saying I got a hard success, do I notice pastry crumbs?
No, not here, no. So that's the library. So I'm presuming you're wanting to find out where the couple are. So you're not going to start looking at the books now, are you? You need to obviously do the deal. So
Yeah, because that would be a bit rude.
continue.
Call out as we go in through the house.
Call out. There's nothing. There's no reply. So you work your way through the house, until you come to the kitchen area. So there is a sign of somebody like using the kitchen. So maybe some foodstuffs, some pots and pans. So they have maybe cooked or drank here. But maybe you presume that they live in London most of the time and they're just basically clearing the house out and they'll come and just and do stuff. But just looking around the general kitchen area, we'll not do a spot hidden. So you on the side there is a big kitchen knife, and there is blood on it, and next to the blood is what looks to be a woman's little finger. And there are pastry crumbs on the floor, on the counter. Everybody roll your sanity.
What's my sanity? Can't remember what it is.
That's okay.
My sanity is 49 at the minute. I have failed.
That's
What do you reckon?
got
Phipps?
exactly the right number.
I should have written this down. A woman's finger. What sanity loss? Nothing if you're successful.
I would say
or
nothing.
one?
Nothing if you're successful. If it's just a finger.
It's because it's not Cthulhu. It's not mythos, is it?
Especially for a doctor.
Yeah. Oh, I'll keep that.
He's a doctor as
Pickle.
well, so.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't lose anything for that. To be honest, being a doctor,
So who failed?
I did.
So you failed. Roll a d2.
Oh wow.
If you're successful, nothing.
Can I pick up the large knife and put it inside of my jacket, please?
The knife. It's a big kitchen meat knife.
Yeah. I
So
want to take
1 point of sanity.
Yep. So basically, somebody's chopped off a woman's pinky. You presume it's the pinky of Jane.
Is there a telephone? I'll go and look for a telephone.
Is it?
There is, but it's been disconnected. It's not in use.
How
You did to get
fresh are
here.
the pastry crumbs?
Recent.
And I wouldn't know about.
I mean, the
finger.
blood. The blood is recent as well. So this has probably happened, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours before you've arrived.
So
Yeah.
I will go to the cab driver,
Right.
and give him a shilling and ask him to go to the police. There's something's happened here.
So you do know you have come through like a small village. So you did. There is like a post office, so you would be able to use their telephone. or you can send the taxi.
I think
driver.
send the taxi driver to go.
But then
to
if
the-
you do send the taxi driver off, then you can't. You're stuck here if you do that.
Well, we can get in the back of the wagon.
Oh, you've got the wagon. You haven't got the books,
Yeah.
have you? So yeah, you can get in the wagon.
So if we're not taking the books, then we'll get on it.
Right. So what you? So Anthony's picked up evidence. He's picked up the meat knife, so he's now got his fingerprints on that. What's everybody else want to do?
Well, I
John,
think
James McBrown's telling the taxi driver to go get the police. What's everybody else want to do?
Yeah, I think we need to get the police, because I don't know about you, but I can't be like mixed up in police business. It'll affect the
Fingerprinting
reputation
did
of
not-
the university.
It's
Yeah,
very.
fingerprinting did not start until 1901.
no.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
scare him.
Oh,
I noticed. I was
no, but
also-
actually, I was going to say if it was a thing of the
Sherlock
time, I would
Holmes.
tell him to not touch it.
Oh, I don't want to be doing that.
I don't think you should be touching. I think we need to get the police here. We need to like maybe not be inside.
Well, I would
We
say.
came
Sorry, go on, Dave.
here to do a deal for our colleague. Yeah, we don't want to be inside snooping around and questions being asked of us.
Well, I'm taking the knife still. If stuff goes down, I'm unarmed. I'm taking this knife.
There's no sign of any kind of altercation or anything. There's nothing broken. So they've obviously either just come into the house or they were allowed into the house.
Chopped off a finger and then left.
So is there a lot of blood, or is it just like or is it just
I've never chopped a woman's finger off, but I presume there would be a bit of blood.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of blood. It's not just like this finger.
Oh yeah, that doesn't kind of make sense to it. So well, maybe it got wrapped up or something. So
No.
there's
Well, yeah.
no blood in like trailing into the like the hallway and whatever.
No.
So-
But there's but is there like blood on the worktop where the finger is, or is it just like?
Oh yeah, yeah. So there'll be like like blood droplets, but it stops. So you presume it's been bound before they've left
Well,
the kitchen.
I mean, being a doctor, I would be concerned. I think I would be concerned that there was somebody, that somebody could be injured in the house. So
Very fair comment, sir.
Out of it, was there food being prepared?
It looks like they'd had maybe had a breakfast or something.
So she might have been.
and then something's obviously something's happened and
Yeah.
someone's
but there's no
Maybe
signs of any.
chopped her finger off and had no. She would have taken it with her. No, they couldn't do that back then.
Well, potentially.
I don't think she's chopped her own finger off.
No, it doesn't look. It doesn't look.
Wouldn't make sense, would it? Are you going upstairs? Do you want to check?
So yeah, I want to. Well,
There's
I'm
nobody
suggesting...
in the house.
Oh.
One of the bedrooms looks like it's being used a little bit. Probably recently, there's like less dust in it, so now and again, it looks like they may have stayed in one of the bedrooms. The house is it is a bit like neglected. So George's father didn't like really pay much attention to the condition of the house, by the looks of it. Oh, and I didn't say it before, but he was a banker, so he did have a bit of money.
But there are signs that they have been living here though.
Oh yeah.
Right. But there's nothing. So if we go through the entire house and the grounds, there's no sign of anybody.
No, I'm gonna say I'd want everybody to roll a look. I don't know. No, tell me exactly what you're doing. What you're looking for. How are you searching the property?
Well, I would if there's no obvious signs of anybody in the house, I would maybe suggest looking to see if there's signs of any any other carriages around? Maybe signs of other handsome cabs or anything, any other like vehicles arriving?
We're going to
Recently?
say, I mean, your carriages are pulled up, but yeah, you can see recently that it looks like maybe probably like another two, maybe like what you've got now, a taxi and a carriage were here recently before you, and then have gone. So you would presume the taxi for the couple, and then the wagon.
Maybe
which has
the
got
that wagon that they had.
left deeper marks.
But there's
whatever.
There's no signs of a struggle or anything anywhere in the house.
No.
Apart from the finger.
And the wagon would have been the last vehicle to leave as well, because its tracks go over the taxi.
Well, I think there doesn't look like there's much to report to the police.
You found a finger.
Yeah.
You think you know who it belongs to. You do have the address of this butcher's shop.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of we'll wait till the police arrive. We're not like going on the trapper trails.
You're not in any rush to save that poor American woman.
No.
No,
Needs medical attention.
I listened to her.
Deserves
She's sent
everything she
files.
gets. You've read that book. You know what they might do to her. Are you
Yeah,
still
so
gonna wait till
that's why we
after
need
police?
police, not us.
Right. Okay.
Police with weapons and truncheons and
You've
numbers.
got a weapon
No,
and you're itching to use it.
that's the problem.
I think I think as a compromise, I think we should start heading back and maybe intercept the police on the way here. There's no point in them coming here.
You've told the taxi driver to come back here with the police, so he's going to come back here with the police, and they will find the thing. You could leave a note and say, I'm telling you what to do. You decide what you're going to do.
No, just wait for the police. It's not going to take that long, is it?
Well, we're 2 hours out of town.
It'll be a village bobby.
yeah.
It'll be like a single bobby. So, in fact, roll me a look roll. You might even be out on the beat.
Is that a group look roll?
Person with Lois look.
Yeah. That is not me. I don't think.
You're
Not
not
quite.
Right.
You
Mine's
all have a
50.
similar lookage.
Mine, innit?
Harris,
Oh.
yeah, 45. Oh no, 43. You're on. Oh no, sorry, 45. I'm reading it wrong thing.
No, that's a fail.
You
On a
failed.
60.
So you've been waiting half an hour and still no police turn up.
Right. Do you know what? We'll jump in the wagon. We'll head back in. I'll pay the driver for his time.
So you have passed the post office.
Did we leave a note in case the police turn
They had
up at the house?
The telephone, didn't they?
There's a telephone in the post office, so you could phone like
Maybe we should
London
phone
police.
the police.
I was
yeah.
just thinking going to the police personally.
So you ask at the post office where like the local constable lives, because he would probably live in the community. A bit like Heartbeat, but set 70 years before. So they can give you the address, but he's probably out doing his rounds. So
So I'm thinking
you
I head back into London. I wasn't planning to stop in the village. Just head back
Alright.
into where we were. Go to my local police station.
right, so you'll probably bump into the taxi driver
Mhm.
At the post office, because he says he's like looked around for him. He can't find him anywhere. He's not at his house, so he presumes he's out doing policeman, that type stuff. So
Right. Well, thank him for his time. I want to thank him for his time and get us all back to where we started, because I want to go to the local police station. My
right,
one.
so you're not phoning ahead. You're just going to travel back 2 hours.
Yeah,
or-
just head straight back to the police station.
Okay,
Okay, so-
well,
In fact,
it
would
might
we all fit in
be.
the taxi?
It might be.
Again.
It might be. If there's a, you said there's a telephone in the post office.
There's the telephone in the post office. Yeah.
So it might be. It might be. Might be wise to phone ahead and warn the police. Maybe
Just
they could.
ring the London
Yeah.
police.
Maybe they'll send.
Tell them.
Tell them that we suspect
Tell
the
them that,
couple's
we
been
suspect.
kidnapped.
Right, who's phoning the police? Who's making the call?
My diplomacy, they didn't quite. In fact, you do it as a doctor.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go on, Dave.
The doctor's a reputable person.
Radio. Okay, so yeah, so I'll phone. I'll
Sort of.
Credit score maybe might be good.
So you'll get put through like it'll be the Met, won't it? So you get put through. Roll me a luck roll just to see if you
Oh
get
dear.
see if you get like a desk sergeant instead of a constable.
Look, my luck is 50, isn't it? I'm gonna get rid of that one, right? That's 47.
So you do it's actually a desk sergeant that you get on the phone. So what are you saying? You don't role play. Just tell me what you're going to.
So I'll tell him that we are acquaintances of the Pearsons from wherever the house is located, and we found signs of a possible break-in and disturbance. So I'll tell him who I am. Tell him that I'm a doctor at such and such hospital in London, and that we found a severed. Does it look? So is it a male or a finger from a man or a woman?
It's a female's pinky.
Yeah. So say we found.
It's like somebody's gone like that with a knife.
Yeah. So I'll tell him. Yeah. So I'll tell him we found a freshly severed female little finger. And,
oh dear, sir. Oh.
And that, well, I'll tell him about this, this meeting, and that we suspect that they may have been taken by the people from this establishment in 7 dials.
Why would you say that, sir? What makes you brings you to believe that?
Well, I'll basically tell it. I'll basically not go into like all the sort of details, but just the basics of what James has told us that was in these in this folio.
Like it's in somebody's diary, or it's written in a book.
Yeah, written in a diary that these families are connected, and that. Well, yes, that they were suspected they were trying to flee from from these people. Maybe fabricate it a little bit to lay on thick.
Persuade roll. Let's cut to the chase. Roll a persuade roll.
My persuade is where is it? Persuade is 40%.
Oh my goodness, my persuade's terrible.
29.
So you seem to think that he's taking everything serious, but he says, "Well, sir, you're going to have to come in and make a statement, and we'll get in touch with the local constabulary. We'll have to send somebody out from London as well to investigate properly. But if I could, can I take your names and the names of your friends?"
Yep. Yes, I'll provide him with.
And then if you could come to the station today, and we can get this all written down, and I'll have an inspector talk with you. We'll probably send a constable round to the premises just to see if anything untoward's happening at. But
yeah,
you mentioned the butcher's shop. So,
So yeah, I'll say we're quite happy to comply with that, but impress upon him that we think they're
it's urgent. Obviously, yes.
Yeah, somebody's
take this most seriously. If this could be a possible kidnapping, and poor lady having a finger chopped off. Oh yes.
Serious, impress upon them that we suspect that Mrs. Pearson and her husband may be in danger.
Maybe she just chopped her finger off while she was cooking breakfast.
No, I like it. Like I say, I'll kind of lay it on, think maybe stretch the truth of what is apparent, and that's not the case.
Rightio. So that he'll end with you saying that you're going to go and write down like a written statement, and they'll send a constable around to the premises. So you make your way back to London. Where are you going when you arrive back in London? Then are you going back to your shop?
Straight to the police station.
Straight to the police station. So
Or
all in the
straight to the
taxi.
butcher's.
Have you got the 2 suitcases of books and the
Yeah.
special book?
They're
So-
going to the police station.
Oh yeah, the police can sit down and have a read.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm planning to do.
That
Is
the
show
best
them
plan, best plan of action. So yeah, you go to the police station that you were put through to by the operator. We'll have another look roll, see if it's the same desk sergeant that you spoke to on the phone, Phil.
Okay.
What time are we on? We've got 10 minutes. We can stretch this out for 10 minutes. And then I can decide what to do with the butcher's shop.
No, that is a fail.
So it's a different sergeant who doesn't know what you're on about, and he's like searches the desk for anything written down, and he says, "Oh, it might have been." He names like another sergeant. He's on a lunch break, but I presume he'll have it all written down in his notebook, but there's nothing down here. So you basically have to go through everything again, and then he'll go and get the other.
So have they sent somebody to the address?
So yeah, the sergeant that you spoke to comes through and he says, "Oh yeah, we sent a constable out, and he's been there and nothing untoward. And I was talking to some of the other guys, and it's quite a respectable butcher's. Even the chief inspector eats there, buys food there.
Does
Loves
he?
the place. So
Is there a barber's above it?
barbers. But yeah, well, I've got an inspector to he'll take down your written statement. But as far as we can tell, they don't know anything about this. Was it Mrs. Pearson? Is like looking at his notebook.
Well, in case something untoward happens, I would like to send these books over to you as possible evidence.
Books, sir? What are these books?
Hand over the volumes. These were, I gave a chat to they were basically looking to sell their library. These were loaned to me as samples.
All right.
And that was actually where we were at the house.
So
up today.
they were making a business transaction with you, sir.
Yeah, that's why we were up today to conclude the business transaction. I was going to purchase the rest of the
indeed.
library.
And he's writing this down in his notebook. Right, I see.
And these were the books
to
they
their
brought.
house to finalize a business deal. Found a finger. Okay. Right. So I'll obviously you'll need to speak to the inspector. He will be here shortly. And then we'll see what he has to say and we'll take it from there. So you don't all need to be here, but I suppose you would probably stay.
Well, I will, because I want to send these books over to them.
So you are greeted by an Inspector Jeffries. It's probably like mid-30s, tall, moustache, because everybody's got a moustache in this day and age. It's quite friendly, warm. He'll shake your hand. So you go through all the information again.
We dialed 5 for crime, dialed 6 for conspiracy, put in our 6-digit number.
So he seems to be taking everything on board, and he comments on that. What the desk sergeant says, yeah, our chief inspector, he swears by that butcher's. So they do some awesome meat pies. So yeah, but as I say, I mean, I suppose I could go out myself in person, but we've already sent a constable out, and I'm not sure what else we can do apart from raiding the place. But we've no ground.
Basically, I would no longer.
I mean,
this is
the constable had free access to the shop, and he found nothing
Hmm.
suspicious.
well, this couple of went missing. Like I said, we found that figure was quite disturbing. I would like these to be in your custody.
So
Or if a couple are
he
found.
like opens them up, and he's like pulling them out, and then he sees the big book, and he kind of he puts that down, but you notice he puts it to one side from the others. Right then, gentlemen.
Can I make
I
a
could
psychology
have a-
roll?
No, it's bedtime.
You can. 9 minutes.
If we're being, so just see if we're being taught, if this is on the level, or if there's some.
Oh, he's definitely been writing stuff down. He's definitely, and he seems.
But yeah, is this on the level, or
In putting that book to one side does seem a little bit odd.
Yeah.
It is very different from the other books.
So this is.
And I mean,
this,
have
this
you
is the-
mentioned that is the diary as well?
Yes, that's what I've done. You know, during that, I've shown him the actual
Yeah.
bottom
So
of the fold.
he's put that
I've
to
shown
one
him where the
side.
address says why.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not like rambling here. We're explaining the process from them coming into the shop yesterday
Yeah.
to the fella to the break in.
He's going. He'll have to. Obviously, he's looking at it, and he's like.
I'm guessing it'll be time reference.
But he's going to
numbers,
have to
so-
read the part what you've read, and that took you a
Yes.
couple of hours. So he's going to have to.
So
read
that's what I'm
that.
saying is, then
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
these in police custody.
So
And I can see-
he'll sign
Oh,
for it,
shit.
and he'll sign especially for that book. There's no there's no title or anything on it. It's just a selection of folios in a weird leather binding. Which are you telling him it's human skin?
No, I don't think there's any need to do that.
So
I got.
So, yeah,
I got
so
6.
he'll actually put that separate from the other books because it's like in notations diary of
I'll also
Okay.
point to the one that Anthony appraised
the
and say
occult
that's
system.
actually quite expensive.
Right, sir. If you say so.
So I
You're
got,
the expert.
so I got 62, but I'll spend 2 luck to make that a success.
On the psychology.
Yeah.
You see, you think his themes on the ball, yeah.
Well, I suppose there's nothing to be done, but
That's just that were a standard success, wasn't it?
yeah.
So right, that's it. So he's you're free to leave. He's going to read the book, and then he'll take it from there. He'll go probably to the shop, maybe. So you gentlemen are free to leave.
Okay, I
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
for humouring us.
No, he's
I
a
guess
really
we're
he's the most friendly policeman
Nice.
you've ever met. He's a really nice guy, and he's taking it very seriously. Apart from I'm laughing, but
Okay, that's it. You know,
we're
basically
going to have to
on
stop by the butcher.
why?
for the second session.
Well,
Oh, is that where we end it? One
Well,
shot.
under-
Well done, guys. Well done.
Like, put it like this, as not the meta game, but bookstore, weird couple come in. Everything's really odd. Next thing I know, I'm getting broken into. Then there's human. I do not want to get involved in any of that. You know,
You
as a character.
are an ex-army officer,
Exactly,
a
and-
gentleman.
Yes.
These people have abused your property, broken into your shop, damaged your property, and then they have probably kidnapped this poor woman. And you have read what is written in that horrible diary. What will
Yes.
happen to her?
So now the police
What
have
is
it.
probably happening to her at
She was
this
also
very
quite rude,
moment.
and she was American.
That does not matter. Does not matter.
That absolutely
Your
matters.
character
You see-
he is actually a gentleman. That's his title. He would be fuming.
I say I'm suggesting going to the
Yeah, I think
not
But not a
not
vigilante.
2 hours ago.
You're not a vigilante, but if there's an innocent woman and husband that are in danger, you'd want to go and check it out, wouldn't you?
We don't know she's innocent. She came across as stern and
I
not
have
very
just
But
given
this
an
is a horrible piece of work, but she don't deserve having a finger chopped off and then to be tortured and raped and
Yes. And if the
everything else that they do.
an inspector of the London Met Police has read that,
It will take him 2 hours to read
But-
it. And then maybe
the
he's
account-
got to go to this chief inspector that likes
Yeah.
going to the butcher's shop.
but
Think
I
about
have
that.
pointed the address as the Discord. I've actually pointed the
Have you
address where
wrecked your
the direct
bookshop?
correlation is.
Yeah, he knows. He's told you he's going to
Yes.
read it. They've already
am-
sent a constable out who's gone round the premises. Nothing.
So what are we going to do?
I am merely an
Being
actor.
cavalier.
What more do you want me
It's
to be?
underneath.
It's a secret basement area under the shop. So we don't have to. I'll show you the actual pictures of the street. So I'm going to switch scenes if I can remember how to do
What
it.
you wanted? I thought you wanted a word with him about breaking into
Yeah.
your bookshop and wrecking the
Well,
joint.
I was going to let the police.
With your web at his head.
Yep.
Did you break into my shop, you fat person?
I'm going to kill him, I believe was the phrase used.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing then? We're just going to go, right, okay, we're just going to murder everybody in the.
No, you're just having a drive-by on the wagon.
I would be interested in picking up a pie from the butcher's.
Just going to scope it out. That's all you're going to do. Right. Quickly, Jonathan.
Apparently they are very good pies.
2 minutes. We have Ed and everything. Yeah, we have. So you go through 7 dials, which parts are still pretty slummish. So top of the thing, you've got the 7 dials, a picture of the 7 dials. So I think it's like a central area that all kind of connect to the 7 dials. I don't know. Could be 7 clocks or something like that. I can't remember the history of it. It's a proper place. So Dudley Street is where the butcher's shop is. So that's the picture on the right. And then that is the butcher's shop. So there are your tokens. You see the butcher's shop from the street outside. There's people going in and out of the butcher's shop. What was it? 2, 4. Oh no, it might actually be closed. So I'm going to say it's closed because you were meeting at 2 hours to get back. You've probably done an hour, so it will be closed.
It's probably
But
early evening
you do
by now.
notice there are lights on above because it's multi-floored above it, and you know from reading the book that the family live in some of the apartments above the shop. But the lights are off downstairs. There's no lights on downstairs.
Yeah. What's the name of the shop?
It's Winkler and Sons, 7 Dudley Street.
Oh, it's there. Yeah. Well, is that a good spot? Is that a good spot to leave it then?
That's a perfect spot because it's evening, so you can decide to do nothing, or you could try and see if anybody's there. Talk to
Burn
them.
it to the ground.